Thank you all for attending this AdWords training. My name is Jack Hopman and I'm an approved vendor for AnyLab now since a year about. And if you want to check me out, I'm 50 years old. I have been doing online offline marketing since 2009. I'm an owner of AnyLab now Boca Raton, and I'm also the creator of the portal, and I manage about 50 Google AdWords accounts, and currently I have managed more than 1.7 million in Google AdWords. So I love it. I think I'm pretty good in it, and I'm like to share tonight my knowledge on it. If you're not able to type, there's an on the left hand side from that icon there is a slider where you can click on it, and then you open a box where you can I'm able to type. Okay, good. So feel free to ask me questions during the webinar. I like you guys' interaction a lot. That makes me to make a better presentation and go in more detail. So we opened in 2009, broke even in 3 months, ranking top 3 of all locations, and the monthly sales varies between the 40 and the 50K. So that's our location where I'm owner of. And actually, if you want to see a video about our location, let me try to play it. Do you all guys see now a YouTube video? Type in a yes if you see that. Okay. So this is my wife Enrica. I'm my daughter Laura. Okay, there was an introduction video. You saw some screenshots about our lab. Does anybody want to guess how many views this video got so far about our lab? Type in a number, how many views a YouTube video can have. 2,500, 1,000, getting close. Okay, 64,000. 64,000 has the most views of any AnyLab That's Now video. Okay, let me go back to the presentation. So that is our lab. You got a couple of screenshots out of it. And actually, Jeffrey Goldberg visited our lab recently, and he was not the only visitor who visited our lab. Let's see if I can. Do you guys see YouTube again? And for the guys who are on the phone, it might be not That clear? Okay. So we actually get quite a bit of any lab.now owners to visit our lab, and I think that is a very effective way to build up knowledge. So we bought the franchise in 2009 in January, and I knew I wanted to open in August. So I interviewed the top 10 locations every month when you receive that sales revenue. So I called them up, and the number one thing what pops up was that Google AdWords was the number one sales source. So we focused on it. So I want to share with you guys some key elements about Google AdWords so you get more familiar with it, what it is and what you can achieve. Does that sound good? So what is Google AdWords? So let me show you a basic training video what Google AdWords is.
So what is AdWords? Put simply, AdWords is Google's online advertising platform that can help you drive interested people to your website. AdWords allows you to take advantage of the millions of searches conducted on Google each day. You create ads for your business and choose when you want them to appear on Google above or next to relevant search results. The concept is simple. You enter words that are relevant to your products or services, and then AdWords shows your ad on Google when someone searches for that or related words. So how does AdWords work? Say you search for window repair. Google combs through billions of web pages, blogs, and other listings to find the ones most relevant to window repair. These are your search results. Looks familiar, right? But wait, there are thousands of search results here. Many of them are other businesses also providing window repair. But not all businesses may be listed among the top results. AdWords gives your business visibility, even if your website is not in the top results. AdWords can help get your business to appear on Google in front of many potential customers. They search. They find your business. They click. They could become your customers. Let's take a look at another example of how AdWords can help you grow your business. Say you want to attract customers in your local area. AdWords lets you pick when and where you want your ads to show. That is, you can target your ads so that whenever people in your state, region, city, or neighborhood search for businesses like yours, your ads show up next to their search results. Lastly, every day, millions of people access the internet from their mobile devices. They research products and services, search for local businesses, and click on your ad from their mobile phones to call you directly for more information. Your potential clients are on the move, and with AdWords, your business can be wherever your customers are. As you can see, AdWords can help you attract new customers and grow your business online. In addition to helping you create ads that target the people most likely to buy your products and services at the time they're most ready, it also helps you manage and control your advertising spend. select the maximum amount that you are willing to spend, and you only pay when someone clicks on your ad and visits your site. So what is AdWords? Well, it can be a key part of marketing and growing your business online. It allows potential customers to find you on Google and many other websites. You only pay when potential customers click on your ad and then actually visit your website. It lets potential clients know you're open for business online. It's the smart way to attract customers on the go. It's a handy way to attract potential from near or far. Take your online marketing to the next level and set up your AdWords account today.
Okay, I think everybody got what AdWords is. So let's go to the real content. Why print doesn't work anymore in 2014? So one big part of the reason is people calling typically our lab if they have an immediate need. They are looking for an STD test, a DNA test, or something like that, where they face the problem and they need to get help. They're not going to look in the newspaper or Yellow Pages or so to find an ad. They're going to Google on their mobile phone or on a desktop to find the services. And this graph tells also that in 2014, business spent about 52 billion online compared to 32 on print. And print includes newspaper and magazine. And online is only growing and print stays about the same or decreasing. So you need to be online for your business. So now I need you guys' interaction. Which keywords do you think works and which keywords do you think are wasting your money? So type in the keywords you think are good keywords. That helped me to comment on that. Which keywords are good keywords? Paternity testing, DNA testing, vitamin B12 shot, DNA test, STD, okay, let's give me a couple of more. Drug testing, thyroid, HIV test, drug test, give me a couple of more. Medical testing, titers, cholesterol test, cheap lab test. Okay, keep going guys, because there's a lot of things that I can discuss about. Type each of you guys two to 3 keywords. So we got a nice set. Hair test, okay, B12 shot. Okay, so keep going, and in the meantime I'm going to comment on them. Paternity testing is a good keyword. If you had to choose to paternity testing your city or paternity testing, which keyword would you choose is better? Paternity testing, like say your city is Springfield. So what do you think? What is a better keyword? Paternity testing or paternity testing Springfield city? Yes. So paternity testing isn't a good keyword because people are using it and they are a little bit lazy. But if they would type in paternity testing city, that is an even better keyword because they are looking for local services and not for online services. So they already have made the decision that they want to look for local services. DNA testing the same is a good keyword, but DNA testing city is even better. Vitamin B12 shot is a good keyword, but if they would say vitamin B12 shot locations, places, that would even a better keyword. DNA test is same as DNA testing. STD, okay, now it comes. I was waiting for the search keyword. Who thinks STD without anything else is a good keyword? Type in a yes or no if you think STD is a good keyword. No, no, yes, no. Okay. So STD on itself without any city or whatever is not a good keyword. They are looking for information. They are looking for, it can be everything. STD diseases, STD pictures, STD whatever. It can be so much different than you are offering. So you risking $3 to $4 for that click for somebody who is not interested in your service. So if you run a limited budget and also, the margin is on STD testing, 1/3 of the test, you cannot have 20 clicks for one conversion, for one sales. So you want to limit it. So STD without any indicator like test, places is not an affordable keyword for us. Thyroid, the same. Thyroid can be so much. Thyroid images, thyroid symptoms, all those kind of things. People are still not telling us clear what they are looking for. And if you use thyroid as a keyword, you would probably end up with 20 clicks for one sales. Does everybody get that? Type in a yes or no if you are okay. Okay, so that is important to understand. Medical testing is okay. Better would be medical lab test or medical testing places. Medical testing is still a little bit broad. It can be, medical testing can be still so much different than you offer. Titers, the same as STD and thyroid. They haven't indicated what they are looking for. Cholesterol test is an okay keyword. They can still look for information, but because they might looking for cholesterol, but if they would say cholesterol test location, cholesterol test city, that is a perfect keyword. Cheap lab test is okay, but we, as any lab test now, we are not that cheap. We can hardly compete to the online service. So if you really want to drive the price, then you need a very good lab contract to win that battle. So I would not put so much money on cheap. Hair test, same, is still, hair test can be so many different things than a drug test. You're risking your click money. B12 shot is okay, but better is B12 shot location. Paternity test, okay, so do you guys get it? So you want to indicate a test where they are looking for a location, for a place. Those are the golden keywords. If you have something like B12 shot, because the margin is from a B12 shot, you can risk a couple of clicks. You don't know at that point that they are looking for, but because the margin is that high, you can still bid on it. But if you bid on STD, those clicks are very expensive and the margin is not there to make enough money from it. So you don't want to risk your budget with that. Any questions about keywords? Okay. Feel free to ask, okay? Do you have Do you do keywords without location? Yes, I do. And I look for the conversion, and I have a special way to see which keyword works or not. I do keywords without location, but it needs to make sense. It also depends on the margin. So if you do only STD, I know those clicks are very expensive and you need about 20 clicks, then you're losing money. But if you do B12 shot, I know it costs you $1 and you ask $25, I can risk a couple of clicks, and the beauty of B12 shot is those coming back. So maybe the first time you break even, but the second time he doesn't click anymore on your ad. So then you make the money. With the STD, typically they come one time and gone. Same with DNA testing. So you want to make sure that you always, break even or make money. How to beat the competition. So there are several elements in Google AdWords how to beat the competition. The most important part is just pay less for a click with high quality scores. So if I make a screenshot, I cannot show all the my campaign because Google might look over the shoulders, but if you know that the quality scores goes from 1 to 10, how higher the quality scores, how lesser you pay for the click. So you want to make sure that your quality score is very high, and if the quality score is high, you pay lesser for the click. Does everybody get that? Maybe I was a little bit fast. Okay, quality score is what Google values your ad and your service relative to the keyword. If Google thinks you provide good quality information related to the keyword what you enter in Google, the quality scores goes up. If Google thinks you're spamming or people don't like that website, the quality scores goes low. So you want to make sure that Google appreciate that the visitors appreciate your website and what you're providing, so Google does, and the quality scores goes up. So with a good website with a lot of negative keywords, you can achieve that. Does everybody get it now? What a quality score is? So how to beat the competition? You want to have high quality scores. That is the bottom line. How you achieve that, that's a whole other story. What are important elements on a website? So let me go to a website. And does everybody see the website? I know if you are on the phone you don't see, but if you are on a computer you do see. So the website needs to be very simple, and because we offer more than 1,000 tests, it is kind of a bit of hard to summarize everything. So I came to the conclusion that we need to make groups, and I created 4 groups: lab testing, DNA testing, drug testing, and STD testing. 4 buttons and 4 images. If you send from Google AdWords the traffic to the website about DNA, you want to send it only to the DNA page. And if you pay attention, you see that the DNA does not have any STD links, does not have any drug test links. So when that visitor landed on the website via Google AdWords, he thinks that you are the specialist about DNA testing. Because you want to, if you looking for a service, you are looking for a specialist. And you are also willing to use that specialist. If you would have a choice for repairing your car and the price would be the same, would you prefer to go to your car brand? Let's say you have a Toyota. Would you prefer to go to a Toyota dealer, or would you prefer to a dealer with those 10 brands? Toyota, GMC, all kind of brands. Let's assume the price is the same. You prefer to go to Toyota dealer because you assume they have the right computer, the right tools, they are specialists in that. So it's very important that the website represents that specialty, that you are an authority in it. So the same is for SED tests. So if you go to the SED page where I send the traffic to, you don't see any DNA link. You should see any drug test link. So now the website visitors think, hey, they know all about STD testing. They are the specialists. Does everybody get that? That's a very important element of the website. So it needs to be simple and it needs to have call to action. So let me, I have, so when we bought the franchise in 2009 January, we interviewed all the top 10 locations, and AdWords was the #1 sales revenue coming in. So what I also asked and analyzed which website they were using. And by that time, the corporate website was not so good as now. The corporate website has been improved, so I need to be honest in that. But that time, it was far below level. And I couldn't wait that corporate took action. So I created my own website together with my wife, who has all the medical background, and I do have the marketing background. So this website I'm using for every location. And if you, all my customers have a unique URL, a dedicated website. Okay. So how to get as many calls as you can get from a website? Okay, now you're probably going to disagree with me, okay? But that's okay, okay? Do you think price is important on a website? Price information is important on a website. Type in a yes if you think, type in a no if you don't think so. Okay, I see yes, yes. Okay, and the other one don't know. So if you cannot compete with your competitor about price and you still want to have a chance to convert them, why not ask them to call you and ask them for the price? Okay, because when you have them on the call, there are several elements to build up trust, and price might be the first thing that people think about it. But if they go for a DNA test and you can explain the procedure where you're located and you're local and you offer all the services, what is the chance if you would present 199 that they call you, while they see on the other website it is less than 100? Why would they call you? You didn't have any chance to build up that trust. So I think if you cannot compete with a price, you better let the website visitor call you and give you a chance to view other things than the price, the accuracy, for example. So I know there's a lot of people think that the price is important, and for STD tests we are competitive. So I list those prices. Okay, that panel what we offer is a good price. It's actually 4 or 5 years old. So, but if you go to the DNA page, I don't list the price because I need to convert that person on the phone. The only thing what I can achieve is I make the phone call. Does everybody get that? The only thing what I can do on the website is build up the trust. If you're thinking about getting a DNA test, you probably have a lot of questions. Is it accurate, discreet? You know, I'm going in the mindset of the website visitor. And then I'm going to build up the trust. At AnyLab Test Now, we have helped hundreds of men to answer the question, is it my child? And then we put in more trust in. We are confident we can help you. So to get fast, free, no obligation information, call or set up an appointment and let AnyLab Test Now help you to answer with 90% accuracy if you are the biological father. Do you see what I'm doing here on the website? I'm building up the trust. I'm not going to point the price point because we cannot compete with DNA testing. But I'm building up the trust that they say, hey, local, they have helped, you know, they have a reputation. Let's give them a call. So where you can compete, it's okay to list the prices. Where you can't compete, you want to ask for the call. Okay? So it is not a yes or a no. It is about specific. And if you run a special promotion, it is okay to put that on the website. And either they're going to set an appointment or they're going to call you. But if we cannot, you don't want to be in price fighter because we don't have the best labs and we are not LabCorp or Quest. So we always have to outsource. You end up always losing it. You need to put that service in. You need to put that service in place. You need to put the local in place. How come that we cannot compete with the LabCorp websites? They spend more. AnyLab Test Now doesn't have a good relationship with LabCorp, and I know if you do, those prices are better. So not everybody has a good LabCorp account. So we have to go around with what we are able to do. Okay, so if you have a good account within lab and you are willing to compete, that's fine. Okay, but I would not go that route. Okay, so let me see what the next slide is. How to get many calls from a website visitor, we covered that. So how not to waste a paid click even when your business is closed. Okay, do you know how to do that? If your business is closed and you paid for the click, how can you avoid that you didn't waste that click? Okay, I have the call forward to my cell phone and call forward. Okay, actually the call center is open until 10, I think, not sure. But if you run the AdWords account at night, where you get the most STD visitors, they look at night the most. How do you convert them? So forward the call is good, okay? If you don't get burned out to get all those calls, okay? At a certain point, you get too many calls, you have no free time, okay? So that, in my opinion, the call center is a good backup to get those overflow calls. But there's a one important element on the website which now make an appointment, okay? To get fast or set up an appointment. List your hours very clearly all over the place, okay? People get it, okay? They make a lot of appointments. And the way how I do it, I offer them a $10 discount, okay? Receive a $10 discount for setting an appointment online. We get a lot of appointment settings because people like probably the discount, the convenience of how the system works, and even when they land on night, they get it. If you have something like DNA testing, it is very hard to get that converted without phone call. So you might, depending on your area, you might want to consider not to run the DNA campaign when you don't answer the phone. But for drug testing, STD testing, keywords like any lab test now, those keywords you can run day and night. They have a high ROI, and they don't care if you answer the phone. They just want to stay anonymous. They just want to have it done. They want to see how late you open, when you accept new customers. Okay, everybody get it at this point? So why is it important to understand the medical field to run an effective any lab test now AdWords campaign? So when we there's a lot of medical terms in the campaign. You need to have that feeling. Are they looking for a medical test? Are they looking for information? What is it about? Does the website answer the keyword? So you have to have that medical knowledge for thyroid, for STD, to understand the problem of the website visitor, the keyword what they enter, the website visitor, to make a conversion. You cannot do blunt set up an AdWords campaign and it works. There's too many nuances, and as you probably know, the bottom line is for any lab now, you cannot waste 20 clicks to make one sale. You need to know those nuances. If you don't know those nuances, you're wasting too many clicks. Does everybody understand this? So I have helped many any lab test now franchises, and I know Cheryl is on the line. I'm going to try her to bring her live on the webinar. Cheryl, do you hear me? Cheryl?
Yes, I can hear you, Jack.
Okay, so I like your what you want to say to the audience, to your peer franchisees, owners.
Sure. Jack asked me to speak tonight. I've had an extremely wonderful experience. I've owned my store since 2011. And when I went and did my corporate training, I was informed about Google and AdWords, and went with the current campaign that was offered by corporate, and it was actually another owner. I spent a lot of money on it, and it really didn't bring any business in. About 2 years later, I was fortunate enough to cross paths with Jack, and we talked a little bit, and I decided to change providers. Even though I liked my previous one, it didn't seem to be doing much. And I can tell you, honestly, the next month, my business doubled. In the last year, we've spent a lot of time in the top 10, which in the beginning I could never even imagine being listed that high. right now our business is a little off, but we're up in New England. Weather and a lot of other things have hurt our business the last couple of months, but we expect to be right back up there in the top 10. This is the best way to drive business into your offices. There, I did everything. I went door to door. I tried everything. This is how people who are looking for you find you, and they find you right away. And the only other thing I can say is it's so important how that MA or owner answers the phone, to have a friendly, smiling, helpful attitude when they pick up the phone, because people are calling because of the AdWords. It's 99% of the calls are because they have a question of what they've seen online, and generally they are coming in. So every time that phone rings, it's so important to be answered quickly, promptly, and for somebody to be well informed when they're answering questions. So that's about all I have. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Yes, I will mention the question. If you have a question for Cheryl, feel free to enter it. Or any other question is fine. If you have a specific question, what should I do, what works, what doesn't work, I cover some elements about AdWords, but it's only the top of the iceberg, I would say. But you need to have that basis to understand what the potential is.
There is one critical thing I left out, Jack. Am I still on?
Yes, you are on.
Okay, in my original campaign, we set it at a budget. So when that budget ran out for the month, my ads came off. Jack educated me on how important it is to just allow it to run. He calls it the money machine. Think about if you put $1 in this machine and $5 comes out on the other end all day long. Would you go on a budget or just allow it to run? So my campaign no longer has a budget. I just allow it to run. And I believe when I compare my sales for the month to how much I spend on AdWords, and I'm always listed as number 1 or 2 because of that. I never go off. So I'm always posted all the time. That was a huge help in success with my AdWords campaign, was just allowing the campaign to run and not putting a set budget on it.
Yeah, there is some nuances in it. I see campaigns like bidding on lab and any lab that's now, drug testing, those they have a very good ROI. So if you every location I do, those have a very good ROI. For some AdWords accounts, it depends on the area and the competition. DNA testing, you might want to run it only when you answer the phone. And on top of it, your MA needs to be able to answer the DNA test. Because if you do a role play with me, I'm pretty good to convert any test, but DNA is a little bit hard. Those people typically are looking for information. They are not ready to make a decision, and it's harder to set them an appointment. The web, we cannot compete with the price, so we have to have that, at least that phone call. But for drug testing, for B12 shots, for lab testing, those are good keywords. They are more or less in an immediate need, and we are reasonable with the pricing. So I hope this answered the question, do you run 24 hours? Typically I do, but if I don't see good ROI, okay, this is actually a very good question if you would have asked. If I want to limit my budget, what are the first thing you would do? And the first thing I would do is I would only run the DNA campaign during openings hours when you answer the phone. The second thing is people who live closer to the lab are more likely to use your service than far away. So that is how you can play with it. Then you can play with the ad ranking. Then you can go to, like I said, some keywords always converts, like DNA testing city, but DNA testing may not convert. So depending on what your spend limit is, we can balance those things up to a point that you feel comfortable and seeing good ROI. Okay, so I hope that answered the question about spending. There's a lot of nuances in it, but that is if you go in my AdWords campaign, I spent the most time in negative keywords. And negative keywords, we didn't cover that, I think. A negative keyword is like free STD testing. So of course we don't offer it for free. It's obvious that free is a negative keyword. If they use free in what they enter, then you don't want to show your ad. But there are thousands and thousands of keywords and elements where you say, no, he's more looking for information. No, he's not ready to use our service. I'm not wasting my click on that information. I rather spend my money on people who are really looking for a service. So that is how you increase that ROI. Then you have the ad. You have the keyword, ad, and website. And that needs to be in balance. Actually, there's one more element, receiving the phone call. So keyword, you have close your eyes for a second, okay? You close your eyes, you open Google search, you enter a keyword, you stand with your feet in that search box. Let's say DNA testing. You look around, what attracts you the most? And because you put value on quality, you're going to look for a company who offers high accuracy, but also for an ad what is local. So you want those elements in the ad. And once you put those elements in the ad, you need to repeat those elements on the website. And once they make the phone call, your MA needs to understand what was promised on the website and confirm that. So you want to be consistent. You want to be consistent in your messages. And once you are consistent, you really can set that appointment. Cheryl, are you still on the line? Are you open for
Yes.
a role play?
Yes, I'm here.
Let me
Sure.
let me do a role play, because that will make a difference tomorrow. You can implement this tomorrow, I guarantee, and you will see better results. Okay, so Cheryl, let me ask you a question. I'm a website visitor, and I'm going to ask you a question, and then you go to ask me. You do the role play with me, okay?
Certainly.
I'm looking for a drug test.
I'm sorry.
Okay, call, twing. I'm looking for a drug test.
You're interested in having a drug test
Yes.
done? Okay, and did you know what type of a drug test you'd like to have done?
No, actually, I'm on your website, and I see you offer 5 and 10 panels, urine and hair.
Yes. Yes, we do. And there's a difference depending on what you're looking for. If you're just looking for a short-term answer for your own information, urine is a good way to go. The benefit of doing a hair test is it gives you the last 90 days of usage.
Mm-hmm.
So it just depends on your particular needs and what you need the lab test for.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. So let me read it a little bit on your website and I'll call you back.
Well, first of all, do you know where we're located?
No, actually, where are you?
We're located on a main thoroughway. It's called Amherst Street or Route 101A. Are you familiar with that area?
Yes, actually, I have been there.
Okay, and we are right next to the Harley-Davidson dealership, so we're very easy to find.
Okay.
And are you aware of our hours?
I see on the website from 8 to 4.
Correct. Okay, and did you have any other questions that I can help you with about drug testing? I know it can be confusing.
Yeah, actually it is a little bit, but it sounds like you guys know your stuff.
Okay, well, if you do have any questions, please just give us a call back. We're happy to answer them. And if, again, if you need any more information, we're here from 8 to 4.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for calling today. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks, Shell. So,
You're welcome.
So, Shell, you did one thing very, very good. Okay, when the caller want to close the call, you explained where you were located. So you emphasize that you're local and you have another opportunity to convert them, okay? Because the number one thing, the only thing what you want to achieve during a phone call is set an appointment. That is the major, okay? There are different ways to achieve that, but that is what you want to achieve. So Cheryl, don't make it me too hard, but give me a call about drug testing.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You are the website visitor and you want to have a drug test done, okay? So
okay.
Call me, please.
So I call you?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm calling with some questions about drug testing today.
Okay, how can I help you?
Well, I just wanted to know if your tests are accurate and how you do them. I'm interested in having one of my kids tested, and I think they've been using drugs just recently. So I was wondering what you might recommend.
So if your kid is using recently, you might want to come in and not telling your kid that that you are going to do a drug test. If you're looking for what she's using recently, we recommend a urine drug test. If you want to find out what your kid is using the last 90 days, then you might want to do a urine test and a hair drug test. When are you able to come in?
Okay, well, I'm supposed to it's actually my daughter, and I'm supposed to pick her up from an activity after school at 4 o'clock today. Would it be possible, where I don't want to let her know that we're coming in, that I just swing by at 4 o'clock, like 4:15, we're right down the road from where you are?
Yes, exactly. So I'm in the lab. My name is Jack. I know what you need for. You just let me know that you're there, and I will help you the most effective way. What is your name again?
My first name is Cheryl.
And your phone number?
Is 494
Okay.
9999.
Okay. And you said you know where we are located?
Yes, I do. I drive
Okay.
by your facility. We live very close by to where you are, so I know where you're located.
Okay, I have you put down and just ask for Jack, and I will make sure you get helped very quickly, okay?
Great. Thank you so much. Oh, I have one more question. How long does it take to get results?
The urine test you can have an instant, and for the hair drug test we send it out. So we will go over all those details when you're in.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank
and
you.
This is private, correct? Like
yes.
If she's positive for anything, no one else is going to know about that, or
no, it doesn't.
No one can get into her records, or
no, it doesn't go in her records. If she's younger than 18 years old, we need to have the consent from you guys. Okay?
Okay, I'll be with her.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Jack. We'll see you later on.
Okay, thank you. So what was the difference? Shell make it a little bit hard because most people start with, I'm looking for a drug test. And my immediate answer is, when would you like to come in? So, but Cheryl asked an open question, like to have some information. So I had to give you some information, but I did not go in 5, 10 panel, all those kind of details. What doesn't help the conversion. Typically, it only adds confusion. Okay, so you want to just show that you are the specialist and that you can help her, and then ask for the appointment. When can you come in? Don't be shy. Okay, don't have them to ask when can I come in. Okay, and also don't offer by forehand you can come in anytime. Does that make sense? So if you want to instruct your MA, tell her focus on setting an appointment and not on providing information. If they ask, like Cheryl, questions, you need to know your stuff, okay? But still you can know your stuff and ask for the appointment. When can you come in? When is convenient for you? Does that make sense? This is for drug testing, STD testing, clinical testing. For DNA testing, it is a little bit tougher and different. With DNA testing, you need to build up your trust. Okay? So it is a little bit different. Does everybody get this? Type in yes or type in a question if you have another view. Okay. So I want to thank all of you guys for this attending from this training, and I want to thank Cheryl to be part of this webinar, and also Jeffrey Goldberg, who visited our lab a couple of weeks ago, and I'm happy. And Cheryl, you visit, and Bob Showers visited me, and several clients have visited me, and we try to provide value to explain what we're doing, because I think you learn a lot from visiting successful locations, what they are doing. They all do a little bit things different, but they are successful. So if you can implement a couple of things for them, that will help you a lot. So if you have questions, feel free to call me on my cell phone. It's 561-213-4002. Let me enter that in the chat box. That is my personal cell phone. You also have my email address, support@jackhotman.com, my name. And I will be present on the franchise, how do you call it, event end of this week. So if you want to say hi, I'm more than willing to shake your hands and help you with other questions you might have. So thank you for your time, and thank you for being on this webinar. Thank you so much.